We begin with an update on the housing market. Home prices continue to rise here in the Central Valley, although not at the red-hot pace of recent months. So is it still a good time to buy or sell? Joining us now is Catherine Sawatsky, realtor and broker for Century 21 here in Fresno with an update. Catherine, you look beautiful. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
I feel like I know you because I see you all over town. You have a famous face. But before we get into your background a little bit, tell me, how is the housing market doing right now?
I call it a stable market.
Okay.
You know, last year we had an increase through June of about 27% in the Fresno market. In fact, Fresno was in the top 7 markets nationally for price increases. And then we ended the year at about 20% increase, so we slid down to 10th position nationwide. Right now, we're in a position where it's a stable market, so we've got a lot of negotiations that go on between the buyers and sellers, and it's favorable for the buyers because they're not competing with 15 or 20 different offers, and it's good with the sellers because it's a little bit slower, more relaxed market, but it's a good market. It's a very strong market,
and that's what we like to hear.
Yes.
You know, several people go through 2 or 3 careers before they become real estate agents. Tell me about you.
Well, I was in the advertising and marketing business before I went to work in the real estate business. I sold radio time in my 20s. I sold TV time at a couple of the local television stations, and then I sold cable TV. Wow. I even worked at Channel 24.
Wow. I remember. You were just talking about it.
When you started in the Fresno market, I was actually in the sales department, and then we were cheering because they had brought on this beautiful young lady to be in our morning news. So that was kind of fun and exciting. But after being in the advertising business, I was in the advertising agency business, and I was handling Century 21's advertising. And every week I was there at their sales meetings, and there was all these huge numbers of sales. And I decided to maybe get my license and dabble in the market. Well, by the time I got my license in January of 2006, the market had started plummeting, and I decided that I couldn't dabble because you can't really dabble in real estate. If you're going to be a force in the marketplace, if you're going to sell a lot of homes and work with a lot of buyers, you really do need to do it full time.
And you've been doing it ever since?
I've been doing it 8 years.
8 years. And did this experience then help you, the marketing experience that you talked about, help you in selling homes?
It specifically helps when you're listing properties for sellers because selling a house is all about the advertising and marketing. You need to position the home, you need to present the home, you need to make it available to people so it's like uncovered so people can find it, and advertising and marketing really helps with that.
Well, let's show some of the homes that are up for sale right now.
Okay.
But these aren't just any homes, are they? They're beautiful. For many people, dream homes, I imagine, right?
Right,
Yes,
they are.
Yes. So the first one is on Van Ness.
Yes.
Yes, and it's at 7484 Van Ness. So tell us about this house.
This house is a 7,600 square foot home. It's a 3-bedroom plus a bonus room. That 4th room can be either a gym, a bedroom, or playroom, whatever you'd like. It's a unique home because not only is it 7,600 square foot of living space, it has an 800 square foot shop. As you can see, it has solar on top as well. And there's a pool house in the back that's 700 square feet that can be converted into living space. It could become an in-law setup. It could become an apartment or a large game room. The house is built in '87. It was designed by Imelda Jebian Golik, and her brother built it, Jebian Construction. It has formal living room, really great solarium that you can, you know, really enjoy your coffee and your
absolutely
newspaper in the morning. It is beautiful.
And I'm glad we're showing these types of homes so people will know that this type of home exists here in Fresno. And what is the selling price right now?
It's $1,800,000 and 900. It's just under $1.9 million.
Now the second home is the 3826. Is it Brailer?
Brailer. Yes.
Okay, tell us about this home as well. The next home that we're about to see.
Okay, that home is on 2.53 acres, and the reason it is so cool is because it has a pond in the front that
Wow.
has bluegill and bass fish, so you can actually fish on your own property. And
Wow. Is
It's
that
got-
it right there? Or
no,
no?
this is
Okay.
still-
this
this
is
is
still
still
the other
Van
home that we were
Ness.
looking at.
Yes.
Okay, so they're scrolling through the pictures so we can get to
Right.
them. But while we do that, how much is the Brailer home and where is it about? What area?
okay, Brailer is $619,000, and it is located at Ashland and McCall.
Okay.
And it is a car enthusiast's dream. He built a 2,000 square foot shop. And he has rebuilt cars in that property. And you wouldn't know it because the property is so meticulous and the shop is beautiful.
So if people go to your website, can they see pictures as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, because these homes are up for sale right now. So if you are interested in seeing any of them, call Catherine. And that number is, Catherine?
559-307-6564.
All right, and definitely you will help not only the seller and the buyer, but how do you help people who, for example, are trying to sell their home or trying to buy a home?
Well, one of the first things you can do when you're working with two completely different markets. A seller, you go in and you help them create a desire for somebody to buy their home, and a lot of times that means you go in and you paint, you carpet, you put hardwood floors, granite, you update the house, and then I have a stager who goes in and does all the finishing work on my properties, and then you finish that off with beautiful pictures. One of the most important things in advertising and marketing a property is making sure it's presented well, not only on the internet but on the MLS. 95% of all buyers start on the internet.
That's right, that's right.
Yes.
And that's why it's also so important to have that expertise that you bring to the table, because a lot of times we don't know. We don't know. So call Catherine, 432-1221. You can also go to their website, which is century21.com. Is that right there?
It's Century 21. Well, Century21Fresno.com
There you go.
is our local website, yes.
That's perfect. We'll do that, Century 21 Fresno. Catherine, so good seeing you again.
seeing you too.
All right, we'll see you again soon, I hope.
I hope so.
Okay, with more beautiful homes. We're just getting started, everyone. Up next, the event that's drawing more than 60,000 people to downtown Fresno this weekend. Details on the Fiestas Patrias and how Fresno is celebrating Mexican Independence Day.